Lakers franchise is greater than Celtics franchise. The proof by Lakers 55. Introduction. What is your opinion on which is the better franchise, Lakers or Celtics? I have clear proof it is the Lakers, and it isn't even close. It has been true since 2002. I have seen every argument there is from Celtics fans to the contrary and refuted them all. These will all be listed and discussed shortly. A quick review of the ground rules. I will examine everything in Lakers and Celtics history. Everyone agrees with this. It's just that Celtics fans prefer to ignore a good portion of their team's history as it is a disaster. Facts will rule. Opinions will be given to support facts, but the logic in doing so will be sound. I don't hate the Celtics. I love them because the facts show their franchise is overrated and thus they are easy prey. So I'll keep it civil here. Lakers and Celtics history. The Minneapolis Lakers, formed in 1946 as the Detroit Gems of the old NBL, disbanded, reformed, and moved to Minneapolis for the 1947-48 season. They won the 1948 NBL championship. The NBL merged with the BAA in 1948 to form the NBA. The Minneapolis Lakers won 5 NBA titles. Moved to Los Angeles in 1960, won 11 more titles for 17 in total. That 1948 NBL title is overlooked by most. The Boston Celtics formed in 1946 and have won 17 championships. Both franchises have 17 titles in 65 seasons. The arguments for Celtics supremacy. 1. Celtics have more NBA titles, 17-16, just like the Yankees and Canadians of baseball and hockey. Most titles means best franchise. Number 2. Celtics finals record versus the Lakers is 9-3. Number 3. Celtics finals mark of 17-4 is unrivaled. Number 4. The Lakers have 15 finals losses. Number 5. Celtics had it tougher in the East than the Lakers did in the West. Boston would have 10 more titles if they played in the West. 6. Those Minneapolis titles don't count. They belong in Minnesota. The Lakers only have 11 titles. The refutations. Number 1. Here we go. Well, those teams have title edges of 27-11 and 24-13 respectively. 17-16 is just too close to call. Which college football program is the greatest? Pick a few. Notre Dame, Michigan, Oklahoma, USC, Ohio State, Alabama, and Texas. That's a good start. Well, which one has the most championships? Answer, Princeton with 27, then Yale with 26. If you tell anyone those two teams are the greatest collegiate football programs ever because they have the most championships, you're really going to be laughed at. Point 1 is permanently and utterly refuted. Number 2. Well, this is cherry picking, selecting stats to make a point, ignoring everything else, in this case, over 50 seasons of the NBA. Here's a fact. The series could be a lot closer than this if the Celtics were as good as some think they are. In 1953, 54, 72, 80, 82, 88, and 2002, Boston lost the Eastern Conference Finals and the Lakers won the NBA championship, beating the team that beat the Celtics. Boston had home court advantage in the ECF in 4 of those seasons. Now, the Lakers would have been heavily favored each of those seasons. The only close one was 1982, and Bob McAdoo was the difference for the Lakers that year. How could the Celtics, with a 6-title advantage head-to-head, allow the Lakers to be only 1 title behind? There will be more to firmly cement this, but point 2 is refuted. Number 3. It is still 10 fewer finals played than the Lakers. What is more likely had Boston played those 7 Lakers teams when they lost the ECF as noted? Would their finals mark be 24-4 or 17-11? The Bulls and Spurs are 10-0 combined in the NBA Finals. That's 6 for 45 and 4 for 35 titles to seasons, just as Boston is 17 for 65 and Lakers are 16 to 63. Point 3 is permanently and utterly refuted. Number 4. The Lakers have 15 finals losses. Well, you can't win the finals if you don't get there. According to the logic that losing the finals is bad, it would seem to be better to just miss the playoffs. That's something the Celtics excel at. No matter how you slice the 15's finals losses, it's still 16 for 63 versus 17 for 65. At least the Lakers tried. Point 4 is permanently and utterly refuted. 5. Easiest to refute. Someone, please, name the years they would have won. It can't be done. Since Bill Russell retired, the West has won 22 of 42 seasons. Celtics would likely have 0 more titles and a losing playoff record to the Lakers. That is, of course, if they bothered to make the playoffs. Point 5 is permanently and utterly refuted. Those Minneapolis titles don't count. They belong in Minnesota. The Lakers only have 11 titles. This argument is hysterical and shows how desperate Celtics fans have become as the Lakers draw ever closer. Where was this argument 10 years ago? The NBA recognizes all 16 titles as belonging to the Lakers. When the Lakers moved to Los Angeles, so did the players, including draft pick Jerry West. Titles do not belong to a city, they belong to the franchise and to the fans that cheer them on. The exception is the NFL's Cleveland Browns, who sued to keep their name, team colors, and history in Cleveland when the team moved to Baltimore. See ProFootballReference.com. If the Lakers' old titles do not count, then neither do their losses. Boston beat Minneapolis once in the finals. Now they're down to 16 titles. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants still have fans from the 1950s in New York who refuse to adopt the Yankees or Mets. They celebrate when their team wins. Can the Dodgers throw out those losses in Brooklyn to the Yankees? How about the Giants? Convince a Yankees fan the Dodgers' record against them is 2-2 and how they can't count their titles won against them, and the Giants when they played in New York. Good luck, Boston fans. Tell the Yankees they have about 10 less titles. A European Celtics fan will celebrate 17 titles. A European Lakers fan will count 16, as he should. If the Celtics moved, Boston would sue to keep name, team colors, and history to bequeath it to a future expansion team. We Lakers fans love to hear this argument. We laugh at it, and it's permanently and utterly refuted. Now, to pick on the Celtics. Thanks to the Celtics fans who spin these silly Minneapolis titles don't count arguments, I have decided all is fair in war. I will challenge the value of the manhood of their franchise, those ancient Bill Russell-era titles. The difference is, I have a case. Let's give full credit to those Celtics. Coach Red Auerbach figured out basketball ahead of everyone else and had a team stacked against the league far superior than the Super Friends in Miami could have dreamed of when they united. Boston certainly didn't suffer from the lack of free agency back then that left them intact year in and year out. Playing in an 8-team league certainly didn't hurt them either. Remember in college football how Princeton and Yale have the most titles? Well, those titles came in the early years of the sport, just as the Lakers and Celtics combined for 16 of the first 23 titles. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears won 12 of 18 titles from 1929 to 1946, 6 each. They had 4 playoff losses to other teams for the championship. In baseball, the World Series didn't start until the American League formed, but the National League had been around for years. The team that became the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, won the National League championship 7 times. Those titles, plus the 2 the Cubs won over 100 years ago, put them on the heels of the St. Louis Cardinals, who have 11. What would happen if a Cubs fan told a Cards fan the 2 teams were almost equals? Ha ha. How about the Boston Beaneaters? They won the National League 7 times before the World Series. Add those to the titles they won as the Boston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta Braves, and they have 10. Or are Boston fans going to claim those titles for the Red Sox? How about chess? 2 of the earliest world champions, Wilhelm Steinitz and Emanuel Lasker, held the title for over 50 years combined with many titles defenses. Few chess authorities consider them close to ever being the greatest to play the game. No, basketball was small potatoes back then. The game has evolved in the 43 seasons since. Future all-time greats such as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Julius Erving, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan had yet to log a single NBA minute. Clearly, it has proven the early years of any sport skew the number of titles won. Those early titles by the Lakers and Celtics are worth about 1 and 2 titles each today. The modern era of basketball. When did it begin? Some cite the NBA-ABA merger in 1976. Most leading authorities say 1979, when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came into the NBA and saved it from extinction. In either case, free agency was established and competition and opportunity to play professional basketball thrived. Let's see what happened since the 1979-80 NBA season. The Lakers have won 10 titles, the Bulls 6, the Spurs and Celtics 4 each, and the Pistons 3. The Lakers have played in 16 NBA Finals, the Celtics in 7. The Lakers' record is 10-6, the Celtics is 4-3. Lakers' Western Conference Finals record is 16-2. Celtics' Eastern Conference Finals record is 7-4. Lakers missed the playoffs 2 times, the Celtics 9. The Lakers and the Celtics played 5 times in the modern era, with the Lakers ahead 3-2. As noted, it could have been more, with the Lakers favored to win 4 more times. Only played 5 times in 42 seasons as opposed to playing 7 times in 13 seasons. I've already proven those early years aren't significant. 9-3 is certainly skewed. Let's debunk it once and for all with a simple proof. As noted, 9-3 and 17-16 only tell part of the story. What about the 30-plus seasons neither team won a title? Who did better, and how may we measure the Lakers and Celtics against each other? Well, it's simple. Who went the furthest in the playoffs? Then that team wins that season. If they both lose in the same round, tiebreak is by the best regular season record. And the results. The final margin is Lakers 39, Celtics 24. There were 6 seasons that tied. The Lakers win the tiebreak 4 times. Don't tell me it's championship or bust for these teams. That's only for counting titles. Celtics fans say 9-3. Lakers fans say 39-24. It's impossible for Boston to be the greatest franchise with this domination by the Lakers. A tale of 2 eras. The Bird vs. Magic era, 1980-91, comes out Lakers 9, Celtics 3. Does that 9-3 look familiar? Lakers 5 titles, Celtics 3 titles. 2-1 Lakers head-to-head. Kobe Bryant vs. Paul Pierce era, 1999-2011, comes out Lakers 11, Celtics 2. Lakers 5 titles, Celtics 1 title. 1-1 head-to-head. Which franchise would you rather be? Over the entire modern era of the NBA, the Lakers have come out of the head of the Celtics 25-7. Man, that's domination. When the NBA entered its most competitive era, the Lakers dug in, the Celtics folded. I've asked many Celtics fans if they would trade most of those ancient titles to be ahead 10-4 in the modern era and still be ahead 17-16, and they won't answer. Why? Because they would trade but won't admit it, lest they prove my case. What do others say? In 2010, after the Lakers beat the Celtics, ESPN ran a poll on which franchise was the greatest. It came out Lakers 52% to Celtics 48%, and was a presidential electoral college landslide win for the Lakers on the map. John Hollinger said it for the 2nd year running in his article on ranking franchises. Smart Celtics fans admit the Lakers are the better franchise and will pass them in titles. You're smart, aren't you? In closing, the Celtics hold the NBA record for most playoff series lost with home court advantage at 18. Lakers only have 10, with 10 more playoff appearances. Jerry Buss bought the Lakers in order to beat the Celtics. Not only did that happen 3 times, he guided the Lakers to becoming the NBA's greatest franchise. Los Angeles is truly the basketball capital of the world. Don't forget, UCLA has 10 NCAA championships. Celtics fans, you never saw the day coming when a Lakers fan could do this to you. Enjoy your 9-3 and title advantage for now. That's your only smack. 39-24. Remember it well. Check out LakerNation.com, the Laker History section, for more of my work. Thank you for your time.